It's live. It's Saturday
live.
night.
It's Saturday night.
Good evening, folks. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you. Almost like a birthday. It's a new Saturday. All right. Hope everybody had a good week. It was all right here. Started to warm up and melt. And, a good portion of the yard melted and whatnot. And then it snowed again. And now everything's all white again. So we've got anybody in the room, Mrs. Old Guy?
Eli and Emmanuel.
Emmanuel and Eli. Good evening, guys. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Doug and Shar. How you guys doing? At home, kick back in your recliners, watching Old Guy. So tonight, ribs, barbecue ribs was requested from Natalie. And of course now this is one that I wasn't able to, I'm not going to be able to cook ribs, properly in 2 hours. So what I did do though is I put some ribs out on my smoker, and I was actually surprised that I got it to work because the door / plug that I've got for my door or for the smoker, it's pine, and it got some pretty big cracks in it, one from dropping it and then the other just from the heat stresses on it. So it's pretty flimsy. As a matter of fact, it's all kind of bowed and distorted. I have to make a new one, and I was surprised that I could even get the thing to stand up at all to cover the ribs. But they did get smoked for a while, and they're going to finish in the oven. That's all they would have needed anyway, is a little bit of heat, so I think they're going to be okay.
Natalie's here on her lunch break, and,
Hi.
and Janice is here.
Hi, Janice. Hi, Natalie. Good evening. Good evening. Just saying about the ribs, and thanks for the request, Natalie. Who's actually made the official first smoker / barbecue / outdoor cook of the season. So it's always fun to kick it off, even though I was standing on about 7 inches of ice. All right, so we got the ribs, and tonight I thought I would just make a cucumber salad to go with it, and I've got some street-sized taco tortillas that I'm just going to grate some cheese on and melt, so kind of like mini cheese quesadillas to go with the barbecue. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I want to use them up, so good excuse to do it. Anyway, so banana cream pie was the overwhelming winner this week. By far over the other two. And I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly what they were right now. The other two, but
Like strawberry shortcake.
strawberry shortcake. Yeah, was one. I don't remember the other, but banana cream pie really just kind of blew out all the other ones. So I'm going to make banana cream pie, but I'm not going to make a regular banana cream pie. Oh, no. Why would I do something like that? I'm going to make a Bananas Foster cream pie. And so I'm going to start off, when it comes to the filling, I'm going to start it off by making a Bananas Foster and then incorporating that in with the eggs and the milk, and you'll see here. Okay, first of all, I want to get a crust going so that I can get it baked.
Lisa's here.
Hi, Lisa. Good evening. Good evening.
She goes, how are you guys doing tonight?
We are doing great. I'm just getting started on a crust for a Bananas Foster cream pie.
Eli says you can always fry leftover tortillas and make chips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, flour ones, though, every time I've tried to fry them up, unless I take the minute to just roll them absolutely flat. For me, they soak up too much oil. I'd rather just, if I'm going to do that, I'd rather make sopapillas or something if I'm going to fry up that kind of tortilla stuff. Anyway. All right. Let me get some butter in this thing. Get a crust made. Get it in the oven, and then I'll start making this banana Foster's filling. Ooh, ow! Careful, cut myself cutting up the butter. I'm not using a butter knife, I'll tell you that.
Ronald's here.
Hey, Ronald. Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome. Pardon the pulse, folks. All right. Gotta do her one more time here. Salt. Not quite moist enough for what I want. A little more wawa. About another tablespoon maybe. And I'll be done with the pulse. Okay. Sorry. All right. Want to get this pie going as quick as possible so that it has a decent amount of time to cool down. Now that the warmer weather is starting to come in, it's going to be harder to do these desserts that really need to be chilled because I don't have the freezing weather outside.
Eli says, silkworm soup.
Silkworm soup. Oh boy, I stepped into it that time. I'm really hoping that, it might be, as Janice said, it's in, it's on, I said it on the internet, anybody could look back at Val's stream and see that I typed that in there. But the trick is, will people remember that I typed that there? Aha! There may be a loophole. Maybe not. Janice is, pretty sharp, so I may end up being gently reminded. Oh, hey, do you remember when you said on Val's stream X amount of date, a couple of years ago, whatever, how long? You said you was gonna eat silkworm soup. Val sure seemed surprised that there's actually a recipe. I had no idea what it was. I didn't look it up. Boy. Yeah, I stepped into it that time. Maybe the store will be out of cans of theirs,
Janice says that she always sees cans of it when she's at H-Mart.
I don't want to hear that.
She goes, and Eli says, I wish we had that store.
I don't want to hear that. I was hoping more as like a super rare thing and like really, really, really expensive, but I guess not, since they grow silkworms by the millions to make silk, so oh boy. I don't know. I still don't know. I'm pretty leery of that. Even Val seemed taken back by the mere thought of soup, and he'll eat anything.
Janice was telling Eli that H Mart has some really good snacks. They tried the truffle and salt truffle chips that tiny Asian girl, pastry Asian girl tried.
Ah.
And Eli says, the problem I see with the soup is that it will be extra mushy, and I would prefer any bug fried crispy.
So here's the thing. Maybe there's a way, if they're not too slimy. Of course, I have no idea. You know, maybe get them separated out of the can, washed, and maybe dip them into a tempura batter before, and then dropping it into a nice hot peanut oil or something. What am I saying?
Janice told you that
Yeah.
it's fairly common canned item at the Asian grocery stores, not very expensive.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be. Just, judging by how many silkworms they make, have to breed every year to keep the silk industry going. So, yeah. It's more than just a couple, I'll tell you that. All right. Pinch off this extra pie filling here. Not pie filling, pie crust. Yep. All right. So, as always, old guy would like to know what you folks are having for dinner. We're having barbecued ribs.
Yum.
Yum. Yeah. And some salad. Maybe some little cheesy quesadillas. How about you folks? Come on now. Let's hear it. Old guy wants to know. I know, so what? I don't care what he wants to know.
Eli says, legend has it that if you fry bacon while eating a kumquat, an OG appears and grunts you one meal. Or grants you one meal.
Wow. That's one heck of a legend. Absolutely. Never heard that one before. All right. Yeah, I think it would be fun to be able to cook for you guys, or at least a portion of you.
Hello.
I think you know what I meant.
How are you?
Let's get the crust ready here.
I'm doing good.
Get a little edge going. See how well it holds up.
Okay.
All right. Then my brother on the phone.
Okay.
What they had for their dinner. So I'm going to see if I can guess after she writes it down. She's writing it down. And if I don't pay any attention, if she doesn't say anything, then I won't know
Very good.
what they had.
Have a good night.
Let's see if I can guess.
Bye.
All right, now, you know what they had. Don't tell me. I want to see if I can guess. I'm going to say...
Come here, Charlie.
Boy. Okay, I'm trying to get in on the psychic
going outside.
Psychic time-space continuum thing and figure out what it is that my brother had for his dinner. I see there's a salad in there somewhere. Is there a salad in there?
There is.
Ooh. I'm gonna say a can of tamales and some black-eyed peas.
Wrong. Buzz.
Oh.
New York steaks, red potatoes, salad, and strawberry shortcake.
That's what I said. Well, that sounds like a delicious dinner.
Come here, Polly.
Love New York steaks.
Here you go. Okay. Go outside.
The very first time
Here you go. Go outside.
I ever had a New York steak or New York strip was actually when I was in New York. Young teen, went with my mom on a trip to her hometown. Believe it was. I'm not sure how the guy we went to see was related to the family. It was way too long ago for me. But I do remember going to a steakhouse and trying New York strip for the first time. And I loved it so much, it just, it was gone in a heartbeat. And I was really disappointed when, my uncle said, would anybody, does anybody want something else? Anybody want another steak? I was right there. I wanted another New York. That was delicious. And she put the 86 on it. You don't need another steak. And I was like, oh, no. I need another steak.
Janice said they're having some frozen chicken schnitzel from Aldi's.
Okay.
Eli's having gin and soda for dinner. And Janice said that she just saw a tip on that boated, whatever you're eating, 8 or 2,000 things. Drain and soak them for an hour to reduce the flavor.
Yeah. I would, well, at least I was on the right track of draining them and trying to wash them off. And maybe they wouldn't be so slimy, buggy flavored. I don't know. All right.
Lisa had pancakes, sausage, and ham for dinner.
Ooh, yum.
And Scott and Jennifer's here. They're having paprika chicken tenders, mashers, and sauteed spinach.
Delicious. And who was here?
Scott and Jennifer.
Scott and Jennifer. And that's what they have for dinner?
Yep.
And one more time, repeat that.
Paprika chicken tenders, mashers, and sauteed spinach.
Oh, that sounds yummy. Love spinach. That was one of my favorites when I was a youngin'. I guess I was a weird kid. I really liked my vegetables, with the exception, there was an exception of lima beans. Never did like lima beans. In fact, matter of fact, I still don't. And the other exception is hominy. I don't like hominy. No, at least by itself.
Arnold's here.
Arnold, hey!
My grandma was a gift from heaven. Love you guys.
Oh, love you too, buddy. Good. I'm glad that you're here. All right, so I just put a crust into the oven, and I'll get the filling going here. Like I said, I'm making a Bananas Foster filling. And so what am I going to do? I'm going to throw one of these bananas, maybe 1.5 of them, into this mixer here, because I want to just cream it out. I want to blend it smooth.
Janice says that she's not fond of lima beans either.
And it's not one of my favorites by far.
I will eat them, but
there's some other vegetables that I'm kind of like that with, like chickpeas. I don't really care for them too much. I like if they're made into a real nice hummus. I like them that way, all right. All right, almost.
can you hear me?
Don't take much after all. It is just a banana. What's that?
I was going to see if you could hear me. Eli said since he has no power, he's living off of batteries, power banks, candles, and coolers.
Wow. Well, at least you have that to, to get you through.
Natalie, I used to be addicted to soap, but now I'm clean. Arnold agreed. Yes, lima beans are horrible.
They are. Now, I've had some lima beans that were tolerable, but it's been really, really just a rare occasion. Most of the time, it's just like eating a plant version of sand. I really don't like them at all. All right, so got some butter going here. Got some regular sugar and some brown sugar. Come on. Alright. Kind of get this melting and going here. And I'm going to grab my other banana. Get that peeled off real quick. Get it ready to cut up in there. Get this kind of melty here a little bit. It's going to be good. I think that's how they say it. What's that?
Said, yeah, it is.
Ah. All right. Hey, you know what?
Arnold said, no, 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 and again. And Eli says, I'm like Val, I have an iron stomach, and there isn't much I can't eat.
If you have an iron stomach, if we were to do that type of comparison between like your stomach and mine, yours being an iron stomach, mine would be more made like of pudding or something like that.
Charlie, come out the store. Come on.
Yep. It's almost season where we can start leaving the back door open for the dogs. And they can go in and out through their dog door on the patio and save us from having to get up and down and up and down. Especially in the summer when they really want to go out.
Yeah. Tonight he's just insisting on going out the other door.
Yep. We won't have that. We won't have that at all. All right, so I got a little bit of dark rum here. Smells yummy. I'm going to dice up them nanners. Or the nanner. Oh yeah. It's going to be delicious. Okay. Get them nanners covered up real well. Let that kind of caramelize a little bit. Alright. A little dash of vanilla. I'm going to add another little dash of the rum at the very end. Alright. We got that going. Now we're going to add these two pureed bananas. They're not really pureed, but smashed. There we go. Mix that in. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. Yep. All right, little pinch of cinnamon. Oh, I said a pinch, not a half a handful. I hate it when that happens.
Arnold says, when I make my way to your place, can you make bananas Foster for breakfast, please?
Absolutely. I could make bananas Foster crepes with some whipped homemade mascarpone cheese. How about that? All right.
Eli says, imagine lima beans and silkworm mash.
You make a liquor out of it. All right. Little not powdered sugar. I got some cornstarch and just a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna get the milk going here. I got a 1/4 cup of milk and a cup and a 1/4 of milk and a 1/4 cup of cream. So just make sure that I've got that dissolved in there really well. Turn the heat back on. Gonna add these bananas.
Arnold says, sold to the nephew from Denver. Greg's here.
Greg, hey, good evening. How are you, sir?
He says, good morning all the way from the land down under.
Land down under. Were you a fan of Men at Work, Greg? Just curious. I have, a few songs that I definitely like. All right. We're going to let that kind of go slow for just a second while I separate some eggs or de-yolk. I'm going to de-yolk the eggs. All right. Hopefully these will cooperate better than the last time. Let's see, what was it last week? Oh, the coconut cream pie. The cream pies have been winning the last couple of weeks. All right. Let's see here. Come on. There we go. I did not set my bananas Foster on fire. With good reason.
Craig Well says, oh yes, and then such white eggs.
Oh yeah. Oh! That's what I did last time. It's a good thing I don't need this for whipping. But the yolk didn't break, so I'd still be okay.
Greg says Arthur Brown must come out of the other hole. LOL.
Brown egg. That's not right. Okay. There was a place down in town not too far from us. That was a farm to table restaurant. And so all the eggs were fresh from the farm, and if you wanted some Easter eggs, you wouldn't need to color them because they had a ton of colors. I was really surprised how many colors naturally there are of chicken eggs.
Greg says, LOL, sorry, too early.
Too early for what? All right. That's good. I got to give it a taste. Let's see. Ooh. That's pretty tasty. Get rid of some nanner skins before I fall on them. Well, isn't that a cliche? Yeah, I've never seen anybody slip and fall on a banana peel. Have you? Is it really, seriously, has anybody ever seen anybody right in front of you actually slip and fall on a banana peel? I never have. I don't know if it doesn't happen that often or if it's just, one of those goofy cliches.
Greg says it's 10 a.m. now.
10 a.m. Okay. Well, I can see why. Too early.
Yeah.
Although I'm not really sure for what. Alright. Filling is going quick, which is great. Get the yolks kind of beaten up here a little bit, get violent with them. Bananas Foster.
Greg says, LOL, yes, for an insurance job.
Well, I guess you want to be ready for that.
Yep.
All right. Let's mix in some of this. It's already really nice and thick, which is exactly what I want. Temper in these eggs. Temper, temper. All right. Alrighty.
Greg says one of his exes did it.
One of his exes bit it. Oh.
Did it.
Oh, did it.
Eli says, I finally got a new Dremel and can't use it.
A new Dremel and you can't use it? Oh, why? Because you have no power? Is that... that's a drag. Yeah, I just ordered myself a new little tool. It hasn't arrived yet. Alright. It's almost done. Set this aside and I'll check on that crust. I want to give it that minute here to make sure that that yolk is cooked. Sure smells nice.
Miguel, sir?
Miguel, good evening. And as promised, some more of the rum.
Greg says patience is a virtue.
So hurry up. Getting our. There it comes. Looking nice. Smelling really, really good. That'll do it. Woohoo! Out of my way here.
Since he insists on going out that door, you let him know.
Yes. All right, Mr. Dog.
Eli says the worst part of cooking is when you have to hurry up and wait.
Yep. Like especially something like, well, if you want to make a pastrami, you're not going to have it in a few hours. You're not going to have it the next day. You're not even going to have it a week later. You want to have you a good pastrami, yeah, you're going to wait a month. And then you get to cook it and wait a day. Then you get to slice it and eat it. All right, let me get these out of my way. Put that right there. Oh, that let me know where I was. Can I wipe this off here a little bit? Oh, I'm going to get started on the salad. Just because the longer it has time to sit, the better. Like I said, I'm going to make a cucumber a cucumber salad, or a version of a cucumber salad. Take a look at this crust.
Arnold says, "Oh, no, 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 too long."
What's too long?
I don't know, he didn't.
Oh, well, yes, everything's too long. Especially if you have to wait.
Yep. Hey, Arnold, say hi to Andrea for us.
Yeah, say hello to the missus.
Scott. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Old Guy. Hope you're doing well.
Scott, good evening, sir. Well, this one is, tonight is actually kind of going to be pretty easy on Old Guy, because really, all the big, whatever, cooking was pretty much done earlier. So I'm just pretty much putting together a couple side dishes, quick, simple, and
Dessert?
making some desserts. So I cannot complain. Yeah, I'm gonna need this later. Not necessarily. Trying to think ahead, but me trying to think at all is not always a great idea. Now let's start off with a cucumber to make the cucumber salad. Imagine that.
Arnold says she sends heart, she sends love, and pastrami.
I need to make another one. Well, it's easy to mess one up too if you get the brine too salty. Your pastrami could almost be inedible. But if you don't make it salty enough, you could be eating dysentery by the slice. Alright, speaking by the slice. Slice up here the cuke. Alright. You ever see one of those guys at the mall where he's, demonstrating the new knife or whatever? They always get it perfect every time.
Forrest Lost is here?
Forrest lost? Well, Forrest, you're not lost anymore. Welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen.
He says, "Hey Tom, by any chance do you like mango habanero flavored wings?"
Yes, I certainly do. Mango habanero is a great flavor. So yeah, I would absolutely do that. Why, is that a dinner request? That sounded to me like a dinner request. So we will add that into the basket over there, the cage, where it just becomes, an even chance with everybody else. All right. Get this carrot peeled. I'm not gonna slice the carrot the way I slice that. I'm gonna peel it in very thin sheets though, and give them a quick little cut, and then into the salad.
Eli says, "One thing I love to make when it's 300 degrees outside is a refreshing cucumber lemonade with lots of ice."
Don't think I've ever had a cucumber lemonade. Sounds like it would be good though. Alright, throw some carrots in there.
Scott and Jennifer said they make, she goes, "I make a cheater's pastrami by taking a corned beef, cover and rub, and throw it in the smoker for most of the day. Makes good sandwiches."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can absolutely no problem with making a quick pastrami that way. The way I was talking about is just starting with a whatever cut you like. I've used just about all of them. Bottom rounds, I've used brisket, top sirloin.
Crazy food crews here. Sorry I missed you guys.
Hey, crazy food crew. Good evening, guys. Tim, is it just you, or is Nate there with you, or just curious? Get a little bit of that. Yeah, skin sticks to your finger. All right, let's get some thin slices on that. Scott and Jennifer, I trust my sticker. I made it okay. Self-addressed, self-stamped envelope, you said? All right. Some onions in there. That's good. And some onion. Get this out of my way. What you doing there, chum chum? Want to say hi to everybody? What did I do with that snack? Here's one for Polly, Mrs. Ogay. There you go, baby. Come here. You want some bacon? Do you want some bacon? Well, come here. Come here.
He
Come
says,
up here and give me a kiss.
Mr. and Nate and the Wild Man, the whole crew.
Awesome. Give me a kiss. Come here. No, come here. Ooh.
Scott
Come on.
says, how are the dogs doing? Well, you can see he's doing very well.
You gotta give me a kiss. You want bacon? Are you sure? Okay.
Arnold says, hey bud, you giving away swag? I need it, man.
Hey, you just gotta send me an envelope with a stamp on it, and I'll send you a couple stickers, or a sticker, whatever.
Self-addressed stamped
Self-addressed
envelope.
stamped envelope. Just like on the TV shows. I'm gonna shake in a little bit of dill weed here. To become a contestant, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
To P.O. Box 519, Somerset, Colorado. 81434.
All right. Some vinegar.
Greg's laughing. He says Moby is barking.
That happens to me too when we're watching Val's live stream and his dog barks. Same thing. All right, let me get my little wooden thing here so I don't bruise the veggies.
Scott and Jennifer said, absolutely, I have the old man sticker displayed proudly on the garage bridge.
Awesome.
And Arnold says, I think I can make that a reality.
There you go. Do that. And all right. That's okay. Looks good. I want a little more dill in there, I think. Come on. All right. And the big old holes on there, you think it'd shake out. A little bit of black pepper.
Arnold says, hold up, Andrea stole my pen. She needs help. I'll put it in the chat.
Good idea. All right. And speaking of putting it in chat, if you would, please, Mrs. Old Guy, would you put Natalie Nicole's link up for us? Tonight's dinner, the barbecued ribs, is a request from Natalie, and yum. All right, let me check my crust. That's better. I like that. Give that just a minute to cool. Smells like barbecued ribs in here. I don't know why. This old guy. I'm going to have you just set this outside, all right? Just so we can speed up that cooling process. Can you get it, or do you want me to open the door? Got it all right? Careful, it just came out of the oven.
Yeah.
Might be hot.
Yeah. Sure it is.
Okay. Yum. Let me see. Ooh. Wow. That's gonna make a really good pie. Let's throw this around. I think I'll throw this back into the fridge. Throw a little plastic wrap on it, so it don't make everything else smell like vinegar. Little cling wrap. It clings to itself, but nothing else.
I put it in the chat, Margot. Eli says, did you know that Chuck Norris won an arm wrestling tournament with both hands tied behind his back?
that Chuck, he's quite the guy.
Scott says, I can't wait till you make the shotgun shells. I know it's already in the wheel.
Yep, shotgun shells, and the cool thing about it is, because they're kind of an app, that means that you don't have, it's going to be part of something else. So that's kind of a cool thing too, that, I get to highlight two different things. Or actually three, because the dessert suggestions have come from you guys as well. So
Yeah.
and that coconut cream pie last week was delicious. Making the topping with the mascarpone was just, man, it was really, really good. About 1 billion calories per slice, but it was good, man. I'm telling you. I decided this week to take a week off from making mascarpone. I've been doing it pretty regularly here, just because I like its flavor and its texture as opposed to regular cream cheese. So, anyway, that's what that story's all about.
Arnold said thank you, and thanks to Natalie for a wonderful choice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any excuse for me to bring out my barbecue sauce. Uh-huh.
Greg says, guys, I'm still working on sending some stuff for your shorts from Ozzy. Watch this space.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I decided that I could probably go ahead and send you at least one root beer. I know that I sent you that link for a root beer that's made, they add lemon to it. Same thing like with ketchup. It was a totally different flavor than it is here. So
Greg says, love the shorts you're doing.
thanks. I like doing the shorts. They're fun.
And Eli's, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's all I was saying.
Eli says, my new guilty pleasure are those cookie dough brownies I found at the gas station. So good.
Cookie dough brownies.
If you're not a diabetic.
Yeah. There once was a time where I would easily eat a box of the Little Debbie rainbow brownies. They got the little rainbow candies on there. For the longest time, I thought they were nerd candies. It wasn't until fairly recent that I discovered that they were just little tiny chocolate covered candies. I was kind of disappointed.
Scott says his new guilty pleasure is corn nuts.
Corn nuts.
Didn't eat them for years, and now it's one of his favorite snacks.
Corn nuts are awesome. And I've had a couple of other brands. They can't call them corn nuts, but they, it's corn crackers, or I don't remember the name of them specifically, but they're a great snack. Especially, I like the different flavored ones, but the originals are always my favorite.
Greg says, old man grunts love it.
Old man grunts. That's about all I got left in me.
And Arnold says, cosmic brownies rule.
They do. But, the original Little Davy on the box, after years and years of those snacks, she's now more appropriately called Big Deborah.
Crazy Food Guru says those brownies bite from the Sam's Club are really addicting.
Oh, yeah. I like those kind of brownies, the more cake type ones.
Brownie bites, I
Yeah.
thought those were good.
Yeah, brownies. I don't like the brownies that are really like sticky and super gooey. I don't like them. I
Scott
don't like
says,
that texture.
Scott says original and barbecue corn nuts are his favorite.
Well, originals are awesome.
Scott and Jennifer says, have you ever made your own parched corn or parched wheat?
No, have not. I'm not even sure exactly what that is. Do tell. Do tell. Yeah, I'm curious to know. I think I may have heard the term before and it's just not coming to recall. You might refresh your memory. Would you check to see if that's cooled down? It only needs to be cool enough, as long as it's not raging hot. Just you can pick it up, it's cool enough. Want to get it cooling. How warm is it? Is it still hot?
Kind of warm.
Kind of warm? That's okay. You know where I'm going to have you put this, right?
Outside?
No, in that freezer. Should be okay, I would think. All right. Let's fill the pan here.
I said, funny, he just had some last night for the first time in years, corn nuts.
Ah,
Seems to me that they are not teeth breaking as they were. Did they change?
no, I don't think so. They seem just as crunchy to me. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the process is slightly different, and they're slightly crispier and not quite as crunchy. Does that make sense? There you go, Miss Guy.
Greg says, Big Debbie.
Can you guys see that? All right. Just throw that in there. You got it okay? Do you need me to get the door open? Do you need me to do something?
Got it.
Got it okay. All right. Good deal. Well, I'm ahead of the game big time. That's okay. We're about at 6. That's okay. Last week we had a local food bank here in town. They had some milk that they were that was actually expired. One was expired by a day, and the other was going to be expired the next day. They really didn't want to give it away to people, even though it's usually good for several days after that date. But so we brought it home, and I made it was actually the best batch yet of mozzarella. I got 2 full pounds out of 2 gallons, and I donated those back to town, back to some people here in town, and they got to enjoy the milk a different way. So I thought that was kind of cool. I was able to help out a little bit, better than them not using it for anything and throwing it away. So
Eli says corn nuts are just crunchy hominy. And Jennifer says it's homemade corn nuts. Delicious.
Is it? Okay. I'll have to, if you're still active on Facebook, send me a link to a recipe or something, and I would be interested in checking that out, maybe doing a little video on it. I think that would be fun. I like to do videos of things that I do for the first time, like cannolis, the first time I ever made cannoli, the first time I ever made the phyllo dough. I like doing videos like that because, it's just another reason to try something different.
Scott says, I used to get made fun of at the paintball field for bringing pink snowballs for my lunch, with my lunch. They were my favorite cake snack. Also, I would freeze them. They are great cold.
I got a little story about those. It's not a very good one, but for a short time after I got out of the Army, I was working at a convenience store and working the graveyard shift on the weekends a lot of times. And Saturday mornings is when the Hostess donut guy would come in and replenish the shelf and swap out ones that were old, and you know how they do. And I had to show him the snowballs, except for they weren't the pink ones, they were the white ones. I had opened a pack to eat, and I just happened to look at the bottom as I was picking it up. There was 2 dead flies. And they weren't just like spots of cake or anything. You could actually see the wings, and there was 2 dead flies stuck to the bottom. I quit eating snowballs after that. I switched to, I think it was what do you call the ones, the roll-ups, the cake rolls.
Tim wants to know, do you prefer beef or pork ribs?
Beef or pork? Boy. That's a difficult choice because I really like them both, but I suppose if you were to put them both in front of me, which one am I more likely to go for is beef. I'd have to say beef. Yes, sir.
Scott says, curious, was anyone a fan of Jawbreakers? Worst candy ever, in my opinion.
We used to get them on occasion, and of course we wouldn't get the little ones that you could suck on for a couple minutes and then crunch them up. We're getting the big ones, big Jawbreakers, and try to wear it down just on one side so that you could see the layers, flavor layers, or the different colors anyway. And then of course there was always the 1 or 2 people that tried biting it and cracked cracked a tooth or whatever. Or how about the Bit-O-Honeys? Remember those? The Bit-O-Honey? So sticky that, I've seen people, blink on, and when they try to pull their teeth apart, they pull a filling out of their tooth.
Yep. Eli said he wants corn nuts now.
You want corn nuts now? I kind of do too.
And Arnold says that's cool for any claps for Uncle.
But I'm trying to actually watch what I'm doing here at least a little bit.
And Eli says flies were just a practice for the silkworms.
Yeah. Well, I can remember sometimes, summer or 2 before I met Mrs. Old Guy, where I was hanging out with some buddies. We'd be drinking some beers and getting a nice little buzz going. And one evening in particular, we were sitting in this guy's camper trailer. The door was open and there was all kinds of little moths and other little flying critters circling the lights. And they kept flying in front of my face, and I said, next one that does that, the next one that does that to me, I'm eating. Yep, one went by me, and I got him, and I crunched it right on down with my beer. And there was a big laugh, and we all started doing it. Nobody got sick or anything. I mean, there weren't much to them.
Scott says, funny fly story. I cooked at Costco Pizza, and I was walking a slice over to my neighbor's house. A fly landed on my pizza and sunk in the grease and dried. I was like, I should pat the grease off of this.
You think?
Scott says, I did not eat the slice, by the way.
I'll bet not. Boy, speaking of greasy pizza, place down the road here, man, oh man.
Yeah, that was really greasy.
It was extremely greasy. It was just a pepperoni pizza, but there was so much grease that it actually soaked the whole bottom of the crust, as well as had plenty left on top. It was not really very good.
Tim says, hey Tom, do you have a recipe for shrimp Alfredo?
Shrimp Alfredo?
And you know me, I'm pretty basic. Was wondering if you could recommend an Alfredo sauce that's okay to use, don't.
Nope.
I would be able to make it from.
Yes, Tim, listen. This is really, buddy, and this is for everybody. Alfredo sauce is super simple to make. Get yourself a wedge of Parmesan cheese. Don't buy the stuff that's already in a bag. Don't buy the shaker Parmesan Romano thing that you put on your pizza or spaghetti. Get yourself a wedge of Parmesan cheese. It's like $5-6, I think, for an 8-ounce package. Grade you up like 3 ounces of it. Have it ready in heavy cream in a pan. Get it to start to boil a little bit. Not really hard. We're just kind of simmering the cream. Put your Parmesan cheese in there. Stir it around. Let it melt. Let it reduce. Add a little bit more cream. Throw in a little bit of garlic. Just depends on how much you like. Throw in a little bit of garlic. Let that cream reduce again. Make sure the cheese is melted, and that's it. It's done. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's super simple. And with your shrimp, man, just hit it in the pan. A little salt and pepper, some lemon juice right at the end, and then when your shrimp are done, just put them right into your Alfredo sauce. They're going to be great. Absolutely. The quickest, easiest way to do a shrimp Alfredo. Absolutely. And I guarantee you that sauce is going to be delicious.
Eli says, a few weeks ago I had one of the worst pizzas I ever had. He was so disappointed.
What kind of pizza and where did you? Now I'm curious.
Drake says, sorry, I'm back. I can see moo cow.
Yes, you can.
Scott says, a new pizza place just opened near me. Any ingredients and the crust is so good. It's like getting free garlic sticks on the side, and the flavors aren't too strong. It's the fresh ingredients that makes it.
Today I learned something. Even though I had myself a pizzeria for a while, that there's a name for that crust on the outside there. I'll never learn how to speak Italian, at least that way. Trying to remember a word that I saw and try to pronounce in another language. Okay. Well, there's an actual name for it, though.
Greg says, I see a moo cow to the right, pushing their nose into the table.
Yeah, that's Mr. New. That's Mr. Moo. Yep. He's.
Tim says, sounds good. Thanks, Tom. Trying to make some for my woman to surprise her.
Buddy, really, if you try it that way, if you do it that way, you're not going to go wrong. The only thing that you got to watch out for is just don't let your temperature get too high. Keep it on a medium low. Keep it simmering. You don't want it to boil too hard. You do want that cream to reduce a little bit and help the sauce thicken. And just like it says on the box, sauce thickens as it cools. So, if you wanted to add some a little bit of dry parsley in there, it wouldn't hurt. But you really, the simpler the better. And that's super simple and super easy and very delicious. So you won't go wrong. I've made, let's see, what was the one I made? The lemon chicken stuffed shells that I deep fried and made that Alfredo sauce for it. That was amazing. That was one of the best stuffed shell dinners I've ever had. That was delicious.
Eli says it was a pizza from the new Peter Piper Express that opened up. I usually like Peter Piper pizza, but this one had sauce that was way too acidic, and they used picked jalapenos. Pizza was too acidic and salty.
That's too bad. I can remember the two worst pizzas I've ever had. One was at an amusement park down in Denver. Just wanted a cheese pizza, and that crust had, I would say, 7 to 10 times more yeast than it should have been. It was disgusting. And the tomato sauce was exactly that. A can of unflavored tomato sauce that they just opened up and poured on the crust. It was terrible. And the other one was at Knott's Berry Farm. Back in, I don't know, the late 90s, early 2000s. Had a barbecue chicken pizza there that was the second worst pizza I've ever had.
Scott said, when I used to walk my English black lab near the cows would run to my dog and follow him. I always wondered if they were thinking, or what they were thinking. How did you get it out? Or how did you get out?
Oh, yeah. How'd you get out there, buddy? We didn't see a hole in the fence anywhere. All right, well, I think I'm going to grate some cheese, and I'm going to get ready to eat some dinner because I'm tired of waiting. I'm hungry. This is ready.
Arnold put a puking face.
Oh,
Why?
Let's see here. Cheese. Gonna melt some.
Hey, Mr. Chumley, why do you have your face on the table? You don't give no ribs.
That crazy kid. Chumley the Wonder Dog. You crazy kid, you. Crash. Move these try and contain the mess to the cutting board if I can.
Scott said, I should have said my lab was 120 pounds and looked like a baby cow. Wasn't fat, just huge.
Yeah. You know, we had Chumley at the vet just a few days ago, just as a checkup, and had him checked for heartworms and make sure he was okay. And He tipped 136 pounds
Yep.
on the scale. And he's actually lost some weight from this summer, or this winter.
Greg says Moby is 10 kilograms going on 80 kilograms.
Couple of these, Mrs. Old Guy?
Just one, please.
Just one?
Yep.
Okay. Well, after you've eaten that one, and you want another one, just remember that I offered.
Yep.
All right. Make sure we get some things straight around this house. Yeah, you gonna think whatever. Okay, let's grate these up. A little bit of cheese here. This isn't something like a normal side dish that I would have with ribs by any means. But I'm having this because instead of mac and cheese, just because these are, well, two reasons. I want to use them up, and two, they're no carb tortillas. So trying to lose a little bit of weight, hopefully, and get on a little more over the summer. We will see. Starting to look like Alfred Hitchcock. That's not a good thing. All right. Got some cheese on there. Let's get some cheese on there. All right. Good enough. Throw these on here. Let's not have these. Throw those in there. They'll do their thing well. Cutting up the libs. All right.
Greg says, hey, you need a bit more to do. Do the Hitchcock.
Do the Hitchcock?
Do the Hitchcock.
Do the Hitchcock. Is that a new dance? Yeah. Woo!
Hot?
Nope, I just like making strange noises and jerky hand movements. Yeah.
Greg says more belly action.
Oh yeah? A shake of my belly at you. Okay. Ribs are smelling really, really
they are.
good. Yuck.
Greg laughed at you.
Let's get my
Shaking your belly.
cocoon off of this thing.
Scott says random, but had training today at the fire department on ladders. Learned how to deploy them, rescue someone, carry and use tools. Had to do with 75 pounds of gear on for 8 hours. Tired, but it was fun.
I bet. I'd be pretty tired too. Holy smokes.
Come this way, Polly.
Yowie! Yeah, that's hot. Okay. I can already tell you that these might just fall off the bone. All right. Let me get this out of the way. Whoop.
Greg says, wow, I need to be local to you.
Let's get some crash. Ribs on a plate.
Lisa said that she would have potato salad with her ribs.
Yeah, me too.
Me
Love
too, but
potato
I don't
salad.
dare.
But because Mrs. Old Guy can't eat the potato, it's not worth making, you know, a little serving of
A potato with a potato salad.
maybe a, yeah, just a, all right. Get some ribs cut here. Oh boy. Yo!
Lisa says, oh, I'm sorry. Nothing to be sorry about.
Sorry about what?
Potato salad stuff, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, it's
not a big deal.
not a big deal. I would love potato salad. I absolutely, yeah, love it. Potato salad, also macaroni salad. Awesome with, yo, with barbecue ribs. Yo, 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 yo. That good? 3?
Yep.
Losing the bone. Yo! Mmm. That's a yummy owl. Let's set this up here. Grab some salad. Hopefully these joggers in the oven will be melted. Maybe I'll just turn it back on just to make sure they get melted. Give this a stir. Let me get you a little bowl, I think, for the salad. What do you think, Mrs. Old Guy?
Sure.
That way you're not having to mix vinegar in with it. Not that vinegar isn't good on barbecue. Okay. All right. This is gonna be pretty good, I think. Another cucumber or two in there. Let's get a little bit of that vinegar. All right, I'm gonna show the guys the salad real quick. Watch out there, Chumley. It's nothing too big, you know, no big deal, but just a little cucumber salad. Can you see that, Miss Old Guy? Okay. Sweet. All right. Did I give you a fork?
Yep.
I gave you the wrong fork. That one's just a little too dainty for me. Let's check on these things. Melted.
Lisa says, yeah, that's good too, macaroni salad.
Oh yeah. Mac and cheese. There's all kind of, depending on.
Greg says, oh my God, 2 cows. He's seen Polly.
Yeah. Yes, my baby girl.
Tim says ribs and cucumber salad. Now I'm hungry.
Okay. We'll get this opened up. Get the sauce on them ribs. It's gonna be delicious. Absolutely delicious. Spoonful across them ribs. My barbecue sauce. I'll give folks a quick look at the ribs here.
Hold it down just a little bit.
Down,
Yes, there
like
you go.
that. Yes, 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 yes. Natalie, thank you so much for this sheet here.
I don't know if she's still here or not. She was on her lunch break.
Well, shoot. Hopefully we'll be back and so I can properly thank her. There might be a bit of lingering time between when I finish this and when that pie's ready, but I didn't want to wait anymore. I am too hungry, and since it's the first rib of the year, I was ready to wrap my tongue around it.
Yum.
No, that's good.
Tim said that Wild Man said that he cooked up some barbecue chicken thighs, waxed beans, and mashed potatoes last night.
Well, that sounds really good. Love me some smashed taters. I've managed to get myself some in over the last, over the last month or so.
Yep.
I think it was on one of the streams, wasn't it? I believe it was. Oh, for the chicken fried steak that Nate.
Yep. That Nate and Scott.
Oh man, that's good.
Greg says, here we go, and
And
Scott and Jennifer said the ribs look so great. Did you make a short video while preparing and putting them in the smoker?
no, I didn't, but I have done videos both on ribs in my smoker and also on my rub as well. So if you search them on my channel, you could probably view them that way.
Greg says, I'm so hungry now, jeez.
Yummy salad. Easy to know.
Scott says, do you prefer pork or beef ribs?
Pork. I like beef. But I found that most places don't get them right. They're either undercooked and way too chewy, or they're overcooked and way too dry. I've not been to a lot of barbecue places that get beef ribs that are still juicy and tender, that you can eat them off the bone. So beef ribs are good. I just prefer the pork.
Arnold says, Andrea just smacked me in the back of the head and said, how come you don't cook? Looks beautiful, she says. Good going, Andrea.
I've got a handle up here from a cast iron pan that I keep as a reminder. When Mrs. Old Guy doesn't approve.
And Jennifer said, nice, okay, she'll look.
And if there's anything, if I'm not specific enough with anything, we're family, just hit me up on Facebook. Send you recipes if you need it. Sometimes on Facebook, or I mean on YouTube, I'm not as exact as I should be on some things, so.
Very good.
Thank you. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a tasty barbecue right there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these last couple of weeks, actually the last several weeks, dinners have been really good. The Berea tacos last week were absolutely amazing. Now that I've had them, I need to go to a place that makes them and see how they compare to what because I have nothing to compare them to. Man, they were freaking delicious.
Greg says, just another wonderful Sunday with wonderful people, and thank you.
Well, thank you, Greg. And I will try to send you just a single bottle of root beer from here. My jaw really could have hit the floor when I brought the box to UPS. You know,
and me both.
less than $10 worth of beverage, $328 to mail it to ship it to you in Australia. And it's like, well, I'm not going to pay. How many more times is that? I mean, so yeah, but maybe one wouldn't be so outrageous. We'll see.
Eli says he's lighting up his little Weber grill, going to grill up some burgers and cheddars.
Yummy.
Arnold says, elbows off the table.
No. My house, my table.
Greg says, time to load up Grand Theft Auto 5 online and sell some drugs, LOL. Oh, don't sweat. Don't sweat it. I won't either.
Funny.
Shame on you.
I knew this one guy that used to play, what was the name of that game? You just said, what was the name of that?
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft, yes. He'd get out of the car and his big fun thing that he'd like to do is run around and beat up the hookers and take their money. and of course run from the cops.
He's waiting for a bite.
You had some bacon a little while ago. You don't get anything now.
Scott wants to know what's the ditch for next week.
Next week is pork chops. Pork chops with eggplant, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah. I bought that, I remember. So I could take that many, many, many different ways. A pork chop and an eggplant dinner. So we will see what happens.
Greg says, oh, Tom, you can do that sort of stuff.
What's that?
Gee.
There's all kinds of stuff I'll do. Cooking and otherwise. superintendent.
Fields?
Huh?
Arnold said W.C. Fields.
Love W.C. Fields. There was a story. How true it is, I don't know, but that him and Groucho Marx were buddies, and Groucho went to go was visiting W.C. Fields at his house, and he said, "Well, come here, Groucho, let me show you something," in his W.C. Fields voice there. And he brings him to the attic where all kinds of cases of different kinds of booze stashed up in his attic, and Groucho said that told W.C. Fields, he goes, "Well," he says, "Bill, prohibition's been over for 3 years," and he said, "I know, but they might bring it back." So he was ready.
Arnold, Lisa says, how about stuff? What she's talking about, I'm not
How
sure.
about stuff?
And Arnold said pork chops and applesauce.
Pork chops and applesauce is delicious, but since it had eggplant, I was almost thinking of Parmesan.
Oh, she says, how about stuffing?
Stuffing?
Pork chops.
Stuffed pork chops. Gotcha.
Yes.
Stuffed pork chops is delicious.
And Greg says, W.C. Fields' famous line, don't drink water, it rusts pipes.
Anybody that hates kids and dogs can't be all bad. Another W.C.
Eli says, a challenge for OG from a Raiders fan. Make an original dish and call it the Al Davis. And no, it can't be a nasty dish.
Make a dish and call it the Al Davis. I'll meet you part way with that and make it a sandwich. Is that okay? Is that agreeable? A sandwich can be a meal. Hamburger sandwich, ham sandwich. So, if you can agree to that, I'll agree to the challenge and make an Al Davis sandwich. That won't be gross. Wow. Those are some mighty meaty ribs.
You don't get my ribs. These are delicious ribs.
They are. I'm full already. I shouldn't. But I got like 2 bites left. I should. Can't help but finish it.
Eli says, ha ha, deal.
Okay.
Arnold says, liver worse than onions.
Liverwurst and onion sandwich? That's not bad. I like liverwurst, so.
I wonder if he meant liver.
Hmm?
I wonder if he meant liver instead and he's on his phone and it auto-corrected or something.
I don't know.
Liverwurst, I wouldn't eat it.
I would. Braunschweiger?
Yeah, I know you would, but...
Well, and I know you wouldn't. I definitely would. I definitely have. I pretty much stopped buying it though. Not for any other reason than I just can't eat the package quick enough. Because I don't eat lunch every day or sandwiches every day or whatever. And I wouldn't eat it quick enough. Maybe half or a little more, and that's about it before it get tossed from. It shouldn't be that color green, should it?
See a towel or something, please?
Towel or something? Why? You've been eating barbecue? You think your fingers are messy
Mm-hmm.
or something?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose. Here, let me lick mine on them first, okay? Here you go. Couple more bites of the.
Greg says, sorry the stream lagged out hard. We are good now.
Oh boy. Mm.
Eli said, just moon, I mean, just win, baby. LOL.
We need to write it down. I'm going to make that a meal request. So go ahead and write down the Al Davis sandwich.
Okay.
And make sure you got Eli by it.
Arnold said, no to liverwurst, and I actually do like Braunschweiger.
Yes. Good stuff. Mm. I used to like liver, like beef calf's liver cooked up. And I might again sometime, but ever since 2020, it was actually in 2021, but I made the parody video, and it was the Iffy Food episode with the parody that I did of Val, and I made the 2020 burrito. For those of you that haven't seen it, I made this awful burrito that had Twinkie, liver, whipped cream, sauerkraut, and sardines in a tortilla, and I rolled that up, and I topped it off with pureed green peas and lemon chunks, freshly peeled lemon chunks. And that was the last time I had any liver. One bite was all it took. I was just about the nastiest thing I've ever put in my mouth. It was disgusting.
Greg says, how are the ribs, good sir?
The ribs were absolutely amazing.
Delicious.
They were great. I'm going to give, several of these to my neighbor next door. Yeah, single guy, doesn't always cook for himself, and hey, this is way more than Mrs. Old Guy and I are going to eat, so I like to share with my neighbors, especially when I'm doing things like donuts. Out of a batch of donuts, we're going to eat maybe we're going to eat 6 of them. And that leaves, a whole bunch left over out of the batch, so we usually give them away to neighbors and whatnot.
Arnold said that's a stoner's dream meal.
What's that? Barbecue ribs?
No, the liverwurst and Braunschweiger. Is my guess. Greg says, just another wonderful Sunday with my favorite people from Colorado and friends. Love you all. And
Thank you.
Janice said that was a hilarious video.
Which one?
Your 2020 burrito.
Oh, yep. It was.
And Eli says, you have inspired me to put some silkworms in a bottle of mezcal.
Oh, mezcal? Oh.
Mezcal.
Okay.
Have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she said. I don't think I would be having that anytime soon. Miss Old Guy, would you check on that pie and just see if we're anywhere near cool? That's the part about warm weather coming up. These desserts are going to get harder and harder to make.
Real quick, Tim says, they usually call me the human garbage disposal, and I can eat almost anything, but the one thing that gets me is liver. Liver is my kryptonite.
Oh, believe me, that burrito I made was pretty freaking nasty. And I ate some pretty nasty things, not as bad. Here recently I did a couple shorts, or I saw, you see the memes on Facebook. This one was mayonnaise Oreo. So I did that, if you didn't see it. Let's see how well we're doing here. Boy, that's not set up anywhere near enough yet. We'd be eating pudding out of it'd be, yeah. That's not,
Unfortunate.
unfortunate. I don't know. We'll give it a few minutes. The only way I might be able to serve that, I kind of wondered about, that's the thing about making the cream pies. They take a while to set, so. Here, let me see it. I'll stick it in the big freezer outside, out in the porch here. See if we can't get it to chill a little bit quicker. Okay. Back in just a second there, folks.
Did you know it's down from there? You don't get that plate.
Make sure I stack it properly on everything in the freezer. I certainly don't want to cause an avalanche and have that pie slide off.
Arnold says, hurry, Auntie, lock the doors.
So I'll take a minute. And folks, I'm going to take a break next week. No, there's not going to be a live stream. I'm going to take a break for a week, and then we'll be back the following Saturday, and I'll make sure that there's plenty of notification. But I'm going to take a week off. Got some stuff I want to get done on a Saturday, so. All right, let's spin for the one that was coming up after the pork chops. Let's go here. Open the. Good, I gotta find something a little easier to get into. All right. Reach in here. Look at him, Mrs. Old Guy. What did I pull out? Two. Just one. Chicken Kiev. That's Steve. So, Steve here tonight?
No.
Okay, well, there'll be plenty of notice, so I get this thing shut. For a quick little rigmarole, it works okay, but it definitely has its flaws.
I'll work on making it better.
Yeah, I like it. Actually, just getting one met for the purpose.
Greg says, oh, I thought we were done. We're doing dessert? Oh my.
Yeah, I just gotta wait for it to cool. We'll see how long that takes. I could be here another hour.
Craig says, damn, sorry, it's ready for dessert.
I'm ready. I'm ready for dessert. And I could go ahead and slice Mrs. Old Guy a slice of crust. But I can pretty much guarantee you that the filling is just going to go bleh. Because it's not cold enough yet.
Scott says, no worries, Tom. I can't remember the last time you didn't stream on a Saturday. You take holidays off, but this is the first day. Hope you enjoy the day.
Me too. I don't have anything particular planned. I just want to have a Saturday where I'm not going to do the stream. Just take a break. Not that I don't love doing it. I absolutely do. I look forward to it every week. Did you see that jump?
I did.
Dang, they got jumping cucumbers here in Colorado. That was okay.
Well, that's good.
I'm ready for dessert. Got some whipped cream. We're gonna make some whipped cream. Of course. What's banana cream pie without some whipped cream on the top?
Eli says, did I hear no stream next week?
You did. No stream next week. Gonna take a break. I've got lots of stuff I wanted to get done this summer, and I think it would be nice for me just to take a break from the streams, so I can have at least one Saturday where I'm not here worrying about a stream. Go up and go crazy. Maybe I'll go bar hopping. Get really, really drunk on White Russians and barf all over somebody's back seat like some taxi or something. That sounds like fun. Stay in a local sleazebag motel. Real sleazebag, the one where you can put quarters in the on the wall for the bed to bounce around.
Craig says, have you heard from Vince?
From who?
Vince?
Vince. I don't know if I know anybody named Vince.
Arnold says, I hope Auntie has your honey-do list filled.
I got my own dang do list. Plenty enough. And yeah, there's one. One of those is Mrs. Old Guy's inclusion. To finish the basement. We'll see. And by finish, that means, making it look a lot prettier than it is right now.
Scott said that you could stream, just put the camera on Chum and Polly sleeping or playing with toys. LOL. Yeah. Well, but if I went to the trouble of setting up to do that, I might as well just do a live stream myself. So. Craig says, Tom, don't yourself and the good lady burn out on me now.
Oh no.
Break rest much.
I was actually pretty excited by the amount of live streams that I've done so far. It's I think when I counted, it was over 100 and some. So I've been at it for a few months. That's a good thing. I enjoy doing it, and it's come a long way from what it started.
Yep.
My first live stream was just cooking stuff in a fryer.
Brian, yep. Arnold says, I hate that damn list.
Actually, this year I'm kind of looking forward to some of it because it'll it'll help us out in the winter, and it'll actually provide a little more shade, for the yard and whatnot. Some of the things I have in mind to do. So, yeah, looking forward to it. And then there's some stuff not so much. I got some concrete work to get done. I got to fix an area that in between my house and my garage that just gets absolutely inundated with snow that slides off the roof. I mean, sometimes it piles up more than 8 feet, so it's a lot of water.
It's a double whammy, garage and house.
Yeah, and it's a lot of water when it melts, and it's not going where I want it to go. So I got some work there to get done. Well.
Eli says, what do you like to dress your burgers with?
What do I? Oh, a 3-piece outfit. Tucks are nice. Bow tie, optional. Maybe one of those, what do you call them, the bowler ties or whatever that the cowboys wear.
Lisa says you can get a room with bed bugs, so.
Wouldn't be the first time. Check in some pretty crappy hotels.
Scott says, "Oh, I'm joking. Please take the day off." And Greg says, "Hell yeah. Where's the invite? I'll look after you guys."
Man, I would love to go to Australia. That's something that, well, like I think I said that we at one point had actually planned to move to Australia, but I didn't realize at the time when we were doing all that I was just past their age limit to go over with a work visa. So.
And then he says, from reckless eating.
Reckless eating. Who
That-
is?
Greg said that after he said that about.
Oh, yeah. Boy, some of the stuff they back in the days when they had the blender and they were eating all the crazy food items, and the pastrami one was one of my favorites. Of course, a lot of pastrami videos are fun to watch if you like watching people gag and so forth.
Eli says, "I remember those first streams back when you were a wee OG."
Just back in the time when it was just a wee OG. Small as one of the little people.
That was funny. That choked me up.
That's funny right there. Well, don't forget, Eli, to keep Mrs. Olguy and I informed on when that fruit is going to start coming into season. Because I am seriously it's not that, it's like not that far of a drive. I mean, it's not in our neighborhood, but it's not like having to drive all the way to the East Coast either.
Yeah. Arnold says, "We call that a lowercase g."
There's a big difference from the big G and the little G.
Greg's laughing at you. They're laughing.
Oh
No,
boy.
Polly, there's nobody out there. There's nobody there, Zoe.
Well, I cannot believe the list of regulations and requirements that it takes for sending one single bottle of any soda pop to Australia. I mean, a full description of what the product is. It has to be put into a separate bag or separate bags to contain any spillage, in case the container breaks open. But then you have to wrap that with absorbent material so that in case that leaks, anything that leaks out will be absorbed by whatever it is you put in there, and then that has to be covered up and contained as well. So it's like, wow, it's gonna take a box that big to send one little soda pop. It's like, what? I mean, I can understand why, since it's going in, airplanes, and it's, they're up pretty high, the altitude and the pressure and everything, but
Yeah.
it's like, wow, man, I mean, that's, because I guess anything that happens like that, it's all considered a contamination. And since they don't, so.
Greg says, "That's where I got you from, Vince."
Vince?
Vince?
Vincent? munching on these last little wafers of carrot that we'll wafer out. I'm just waiting for my pie. That's all I'm doing.
Making you guys wait with me.
Yeah.
Not making, I guess.
Right, yeah, I mean, there's definitely no way I could force anyone to stay here and watch. It's not like I'm gonna take over your computer. But it is getting close to time, and I might have to call this one without actually having the dessert. Just one of those ones where it didn't work out. Sorry.
But it tastes good though.
Yeah, I bet it's gonna be delicious. It's just gonna take a while for it to set the way it needs to set.
Eli says, so
It
when
does
is the
well.
Poultrygeist sequel coming out?
Poltergeist sequel? I don't know. Have you watched the first one yet? That is the question. I hope there's never a sequel.
Joshua's here.
Joshua, hey man. Salute. How are you tonight? Well, I hope. We had ourselves some ribs, and man, they were good.
Arnold says, well, family, my dinner is ready. Have a blessed week. Bye, y'all.
Hey Arnold, thanks for coming in, nephew. Love you, brother. Nephew, love you, brother.
Greg says, don't sweat it, my wonderful Colorado lovely humans. And Eli says, no stream next week equals longer stream today with a smiley face.
Well, I mean, if you find it amusing enough to watch old guy sit here and blab about things that he probably really knows little to nothing about.
Yeah, his flap.
You know, yeah, flap my yap. Flap, 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 flap. Yap, 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 yap. Yada, 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 yada. Talk about things that I don't know about.
Arnold says, love you, Uncle.
Love you too, buddy. You take care of yourself. Give your missus a big hug. And hope you come see me next week.
Lisa says, bye, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy. I got to go.
Who's that?
Lisa.
Lisa, thank you for coming in tonight. Be safe. Be careful. Have a good week. Absolutely. Hope all of you have a good week,
Yeah.
including Brother Doug. Char, hope you both have a wonderful week. I guess I will try to just kind of roll it on out of here. But as always, thank you so much for hanging out with Old Guy on Saturday night. This is something we look forward to, and I can't, I'm a little torn about not doing it next week, but I need to take a break. So until then, you guys take care of yourself, and please go out and give back a little bit to your community somehow, some way. Okay? We'll talk to you then. We'll see you in a couple. Bye.
Okay. So Greg says, no sweat.